Introduction to law. Private law and its kinds. What is private law? Private law. Contracts. Torts. Property laws. Family laws. Commercial law. Business enterprises. Contracts. What is a contract? Examples from daily life. A binding agreement between two or more persons or parties, especially one legally enforceable, Merriam-Webster. Law of contract is concerned with enforcement of promissory obligations. Contractual liability may be based on express or implied consent. What is the difference between the two? Important elements of a contract include offer, acceptance, intention to create legal obligations, consideration, certainty, legality, legal capacity, free consent, e.g. contract of sale, rent, etc. Modern contract law originated from the parties' freedom of making their contracts on their own terms in the early market system of the UK, 200 years ago. What is the role of law of contracts? The role of law of contract is to enforce the contract, ensure predictability and certainty in mutual transactions, ensures resolution of disputes by referring to defined perimeters. Sources of contract law in Pakistan. The Contract Act 1872. The Specific Relief Act 1877. The Transfer of Property Act 1882. Torts. Tort in French means wrong and tortus in Latin means twisted. A wrongful act other than a breach of contract for which relief may be obtained in the form of damages or an injunction, Merriam-Webster. These are civil wrongs that interfere with person, property, reputation, commercial or social advantage. It is distinct from criminal law. Primarily, criminal law is punitive in nature, torts is compensatory in nature. What will happen if an act is both a tort and a criminal act? Such as assault? Both law of torts and criminal law will apply separately. Examples of torts: libel, deceit, assault, negligence causing injury, trespass. Salmond excludes the following four from the ambit of torts. 1. Wrongs exclusively criminal. 2. Civil wrongs which create no right of action for damages but give rise to some other form civil remedy. 3. Civil wrongs that are exclusively breaches of contract. 4. Civil wrongs that are exclusively breaches of trust. Property. The exclusive right to possess, enjoy, and dispose of a thing, ownership, something to which a person or business has a legal title. Merriam-Webster. Property may be corporeal or incorporeal, tangible or intangible, movable or immovable. Law of property governs matters such as ownerships, transfers, inter vivos, testamentary, inheritance etc., mortgages, gifts etc. Example of laws of property. Contract Act. Sale of Goods Act, for movable property. Transfer of Property Act. Registration Act. Stamp Act. Family law. Family law deals with relationships between husband and wife, relationships between parent and child, rights and duties that come from these relationships. In Pakistan, it is a part of a broader category of law, i.e., personal law. Muslim personal law is concerned with marriage, divorce, child custody, inheritance, waqf, gift, bequest, etc. Examples of family law in Pakistan. Muslim Family Law Ordinance 1961. West Pakistan Family Courts Act 1964. The Dissolution of Muslim Marriages Act 1939. Guardian and Wards Act 1890. What does the word personal in personal law imply? Commercial law. This category is concerned with commercial activities such as sale of goods, leases of goods, negotiable instruments, promissory notes, drafts, checks, bank deposits and collections, electronic funds transfer, investment securities, stocks, etc. Examples of mercantile or commercial law. Sale of Goods Act. Contract Act. Negotiable Instruments Act. Business enterprises. Sole or individual proprietorship. All decisions, profits, losses belong to one individual. Partnership. Two or more persons join to form a business enterprise, terms and conditions set W.R.T to each partner. Rights and liabilities are set accordingly. Company. For large-scale business, companies are formed, which are either private limited or public limited. The amount of capital raised through company is not possible in proprietorship or partnership. Private limited company. A company privately held for small businesses. The liability of the members is limited to the amount of shares respectively held by them. Shares of private limited company cannot be publicly traded. Public limited company. Public limited companies are listed on the stock exchange where its share stocks are traded publicly. Business enterprises. Laws governing business enterprises in Pakistan include Partnership Act 1932, Companies Ordinance 1984,